Hello everyone. Now I'm going to do the analysis of the poem Ode On Grecian Urn by John Keats. So this poem was written by John Keats in 1819 and got published in the same year in Annals of Fine Art. So basically in this poem the theme is very clear here. Keats is focusing his attention on the mortality of human life and immortality of a work of art. And here he personifies Greek urn and appreciates its beauty and the pictures inscribed on it. So here he presents such a beautiful picture of Greek rural life. Okay, so let's move on to the text of the poem. So he starts the poem by calling An as a unravished bride of quietness. What does it mean? So he is directly addressing the An and calls the An to be the unravished bride of quietness. Unravished means which is pure and untouched. Okay, bride of quietness. And then he calls on to be the adopted child of silence and slow time. What does it mean? Slow time is that this urn has a long life. Okay, Sylvian historian. Now he calls this urn to be the storyteller of the rural life. Okay, of Greek rural life. Sylvan here means forest, who can thus express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. Now he is saying that this urn is telling such a beautiful tale, such a grand tale, which is more sweet and impressive than his own poems. In the next line, he is focusing his attention on the leaves which are inscribed on this urn, leaf fringed legend, which are telling different legends, which are telling different stories, okay, of deities and mortals. Now he's putting up a question that the stories which the pictures inscribed on this urn are telling, whether these stories are about gods or about mortals or about both. Now, and from which part of Greece these stories belong to. Okay, whether they belong to Tempe or to the valleys of Arcady. In the next line, he says he observes the pictures closely, okay, and he puts a question that who are these men and gods which are inscribed on this urn? Who are these maidens who seem reluctant and unwilling? Loth means reluctant and unwilling. And he also notices some man pursuing these maidens. And now that's why he says, what mad pursuit? Why these men are pursuing these maidens? What struggle to escape? And these maidens are struggling to escape from this man. Okay, maidens are the young women who are trying to escape from these young men. What pipes and timbrels? Now he's talking about the various other pictures inscribed on this urn, which has the picture of pipes and other musical instruments. And what kind of wild excitement is there? Come to the next line. In the next line, he says that the music which we hear obviously appears sweet to us, impressive to us, but the music which we don't hear, okay, sometimes is more sweeter than the music which we hear. Basically, there is a piper in this, there's the picture of a piper on this urn who is singing a song, but this song is unheard because obviously this is a work of art and the song cannot be heard by kids, but this song is appearing very impressive to him because he's able to listen to this song not through his ear but through his soul. That's why he says not to the sensual ear but more endeared by to the spirit deities of no tone. So through his imagination he is able to hear this song. Okay, and this song obviously has no tone. Fair youth beneath the trees, thou canst not leave thy song. So basically, he's looking at this picture where this man is sitting under a tree and he's playing his flute. Okay, obviously he cannot leave this place and he cannot leave his song. Nor ever can those trees be bare, and the trees which are there in this picture will not be able to shed their leaves because these trees are frozen in time. Now he observes another picture which is inscribed on the urn, which is about a lover and his beloved. Obviously they are sitting very close to each other and the lover is trying to kiss his beloved. He is very near to her, but obviously he's not able to kiss her because he is frozen in time. So that's why Keats says, though winning near the goal yet. So he is quite near to kiss his beloved, but he won't be able to do so. So he says that he doesn't need to feel upset about it, because she will always stay young and beautiful. Okay, because they are not like mortal lovers who grow old and die, and their love and passion for each other also fade with time. So that's why he says that this young lover who is inscribed on this urn will always remain young and beautiful, and the woman who is there on in the picture will always remain beautiful. Her beauty will never fade. Okay, although he won't be able to enjoy the bliss of kissing her, but he will always keep on loving her and admiring her beauty, because she will always be young and beautiful. Come to the next lines. In the next line, he's talking about the various trees which are inscribed on this urn. He says that these trees are happy because these trees will not shed their leaves, and the spring season won't end for these trees. Okay, they won't bid farewell to the spring season. Adieu means bidding farewell. So these trees are happy because they won't shed their leaves, and they won't say goodbye to spring. And happy melodist, unwearied, forever piping songs forever new. Again, he focuses his attention on the piper who is singing a song, who looks unexhausted. Obviously, he will always be he will always be unexhausted, obviously, and he will keep singing his song, and his song will always be new and fresh. More happy love, more happy, happy love, and the love that is there between the lover will always be young, will always remain young. Okay, and this love will never fade, and these lovers will always be happy, forever warm and still to be enjoyed. So they will always have this warmth and passion for each other, forever panting, forever longing for each other, and forever young. They will always remain young and beautiful. So as compared to mortal lovers who grow old and die. So basically, here you see that he compares these lovers who are frozen in time, which are inscribed on this urn, and the mortal lovers. So the passion which these immortal lovers are sharing, this passion will always remain same. That leaves a heart high, sorrowful, and cloyed. Now he compares the love which is in mortal life. It has a very sad end. Okay, it has a very sad end, and it leaves the lovers as disappointed and in sorrow. Okay, and a burning forehead. Now he compares the mortal lover, because obviously the mortal lovers will grow old and they will die, and their love for each other will also be die. So he compares the mortal lover with somebody who has crossed a desert, and who has a burning forehead, and who has a parching tongue. For what does it mean? That he feels thirsty. So this is the fate of the mortal lover, because he won't be able to keep the passion constant. Okay, and his love will keep fading with time. So obviously the mortal lover will remain sorrowful, and you know he will always be in distress. Cloyd means in distress. Come to the next line. Now he looks at another picture which is inscribed on this urn, which is about a kind of sacrifice, because there is a priest who is leading a crowd along with a female cow, and this cow is decorated. Okay, here also he presents such a beautiful picture of Greek rural life, where a priest is taking cow, and the other people, they are going somewhere, and obviously this cow is going to be sacrificed. So all people have participated in this pilgrimage, and all her silken flanks with garlands dressed. What does it mean that this cow is decorated with garlands? What little town by river or seashore? Now the poet is wondering from where they have come, whether they have come from a little town which is situated near the river or by a seashore, or whether they have come from a city which is situated near the mountain. Is emptied of this book. Now is wondering that obviously so many people have come from there, so that place might have been empty and deserted this religious morning. And little town, thy streets forever more will silent be, and the streets which they have left, which these people have left, will always remain, you know empty, okay, and deserted, and will always remain silent, and not a soul to tell why thou art desolate. And there won't be any living soul to tell this town that why is this so deserted and desolate. can ever return. Obviously, these people won't ever return because they are frozen in time. So this town will always remain silent and in peace. Come to the next slide. Now he looks at the shape of this urn and calls this shape as Athenian. Okay, and then he says, obviously there are so many pictures on this urn which are about man and maidens and the forest and the unwanted plants which are trodden. What does it mean? That people have walked over these unwanted plants. Thou silent form. Now he calls, you know, this urn as a silent form. Those tease us out of thought, as does eternity. So this particular urn symbolizes eternity, immortality, because this is not subjected to death and decay, which is brought by time. Cold pastoral. So this is the story of a pastoral life which is cold, which is frozen in time. When old age shall this generation face. So this world, will be subjected to death. Obviously, people will grow old and die, and thou shall remain. So this urn will always remain same. Okay, and in the midst of the misery of other people, okay, this urn will always be a friend to people. Okay, will always serve as a friend to people, and to whom thou says. So this particular urn is communicating a message. What kind of message this is communicating? That art is beautiful, and beauty is truth, and truth is beauty. So what is beauty? That is truth, and what is truth? That is beauty. So that is only on earth. So this urn is communicating this message, that this is the only message which people know on earth and which they need to know. So this poem is done.